I'm jiving all the time, what can I say? I don't need to be the feeling that I'm giving it away. You wanna jive with me, we're gonna jive all night. And then we're gonna go and get ourselves a chocolate delight. Oh, shit. Okay, here's what happened with that. Shut up. I really goofed it because I thought I had a good Hall & Oates going there. Your Kiss is on my list. And then I forgot the words, and I don't really know how to play the keyboard bits to that. So I apologize. Welcome back, one and all and one. We are one, we are all. To the podcast, episode 65, I do believe. And I'm very happy that you are here and joining me. We talk about hard rock and heavy metal stories, and we get down there and read your comments at the end, and you enlighten me, regale me, delight me, and intrigue me, too. Let's get into this. It has been announced. It has been written. It has been done. What is this thing popping up for? Turn it off. I want it to go away. Hold on. I don't want this son of a bitch. Okay, we're back at it. So it has been announced. It has been written. It has been done. The Star Child, the Demon, these guys, they have announced it. Their final concerts. You will no longer see these guys on stage. Now, they're going to tell us about it. They were on the Howard Stern show. And they announced it there, and then I got to check out these live performances because I'm curious if they goose them up with some stuff, some extra recordings and stuff. But here's what I want. I'm going to pretend like I'm a psychic here. And I predict, and I have not read this article, but at some point, either Paul Stanley or Gene Simmons is going to tell how Howard Stern's going to ask, so why are you doing it? You guys look healthy enough. You can keep going. And they're going to say, if we were just going to get up there in our jeans and t-shirts, we could do this forever. Because I've heard that 1,000 times from them. They're calling it quits because the costumes are too heavy. Is that going to be in this article? Let's find out now. Kiss announces final concert. Kiss will play its last ever show on December 1st and 2nd at Madison Square Gardens in New York City. The dates for this concert were announced earlier today, Wednesday, March 1st. During a in-studio interview, the Howard Stern show. I really hope I don't have to do a lot of reading here. Produced by Live Nation, Kiss's final show dates will kick off this October and culminate in a massive show in the city where it all began for the band. New York City, back in the New York groove, has been a part of the group's ethos and storyline for more than 4 decades. So they felt it fitting to culminate an iconic rock and roll Hall of Fame worthy career on stage at New York's famed Madison Square Garden. Those tickets will sell out fast, right? If they're promising that if they sign a full waiver and affidavit that says they will never, ever get on a stage again, those tickets are going to sell out. Kiss was born in New York City on 23rd Street half a century ago. It will be a privilege and honor to finish touring at Madison Square Garden 10 blocks and 50 years from where we first started, said the band. Are they going to say, I want to hear, asked to the possibility of Kiss continuing without the co-founder? Okay, let's get into some of this really quick, guys. Kiss launched its farewell trek in January 2019, but was forced to put it on hold due to the COVID-19 end of the road, originally scheduled to conclude on July 17, 2021 in New York City, but has since been extended to 2023. The trek was announced in September 2018 following a Kiss performance of the band's classic song Detroit Rock City on America's Got the Talent. I just want to see if there's a part where he says that about the we can get up there in our shirts and jeans. Last month, Kiss longtime manager Doc McGee told Podcast Rock City that the band's final show will definitely take place this year. Asked about the possibility of Kiss continuing with co-founders Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, Doc said, there's a lot of talk about everything. There's a lot of talk about everything, and nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. So what we've kind of put in our minds is let's go through this like this is the end of Kiss. as we know it. And whatever comes our way with technology and everything else, we'll look at it. Will be Gene and Paul out there in the makeup? No. I can tell you that. They're hanging their hats up after the final show, which is going to be very, very difficult and very emotional for them after 50 years of doing this. And they love it. And a lot of bands, most of the bands say, I hate this. I don't want to be out there anymore. I don't want to do this. This is bullshit. That's not Paul and Gene. They love it. They thrive on it. We have a great time on the road, or an extremely good time on the road. So it's like, what? We have a great time on the road, or an extremely good time on the road. So it's like, why are we ending this? Does he bother him the whole tour? Is Doc McGee with him the whole tour? Anything in here about the... Okay, here's Paul Stanley. The end is in sight, more so than people know, Stanley confirmed. But we'll have an announcement about that in the not-too-distant future. Okay, whatever. I just wanted to see if they said the thing about if we were going to put on the... Guys, go read this and tell me what it says, okay? Because I want to see if it says that in there. That's too much reading for me. Marty Friedman... This feller right here, this curly Q, this Shirley Temple curly locks. Curly locks, they used to call him in school. He's saying there might be potential Megadeth performances in the future. Because they had a really good time. You saw that video that we did on Marty Friedman took the stage with Megadeth in Tokyo. And so I says, what's going on here? There's no way they're ever going to get rid of Kiko. And why would you, right? But I mean, they ended kind of not close friends, right? Can you get down in the comments and tell me the whole big story about Marty Friedman and Dave Mustaine? But I don't think that they were all that chummy. Marty Friedman, the man, at another potential hinted at another potential Megadeth performance. Just days after he joined his former band during a concert at Tokyo's prestigious Budokan Arena, the guitarist came up on stage for 3 songs towards the end of that main set on Monday, February 27th, and we did the song Countdown to Excitement. We did a video on that, so you can check that out. He also did Tornado of Souls, which might be my favorite song on there, and Symphony of Destruction. I wanted to do that, but I couldn't find a good copy of it. Speaking to the guitar world, when asked if there were any imminent plans for another Megadeth cameo, Marty teased, "We, Megadeth and Friedman, are both playing at Wacken Open Air Uns Festival in Germany this summer." So you never know. Well, of course they're going to get together and do that again, aren't they? That would be dumb for them to go, hey guys, remember when we did it in Tokyo? Now we're over here in Germany and we're going to do it for you. Friedman also revealed that the biggest challenge he faced during his Budokan performance with Megadeth was performing his guitar solos the same way fans remember from his original stint with the band. If there was any challenge at all, I guess I would be playing the solos the way that fans remember them, which is something I really wanted to do. My playing has evolved so much since the songs came out, and there are so many nuances. I just learned that word. I re-saw it and learned it again. There are so many nuances I would naturally do differently now. I had to resist that urge to play it like I would in 2023 and stick to the original way, the 1993 way, by the way. For example, in a couple of those songs, I entered the solo on the downbeat, with the note being the root of the chord. I would definitely avoid both those things now, but apparently I was fine with it back then. A couple of days ago, Marty was asked by Consequence if he would be open to playing with Megadeth again, either on stage or perhaps in a studio. Yeah, man, the door's open, he said, and I think the door has always been open. It's really just a matter of doing something that has meaning to it. Meaning for them, well, meaning for me, so Budokan is sort of that no-brainer. But if something were to come up that would be a good thing for them and a good thing for me, and add so much value to it, then I'm all for it. What? See, I do that thing where you skip a line. That's why I can't read books all that good. But if something were to come up, and that would be a good thing for them and a good thing for me, and add value to it, then I'm all for it. As far as I'm concerned, their band is just kicking so much ass right now, and I really do mean that. And I can't imagine them needing me for anything. But Budokan was wonderful. There's other things in my future, my friend. My door's open, and we're on great terms, and I love all the guys in the band. It's very casual. The year's edition of Wacken Open Air Festival uns set in place in August 2 through 5 to 2023. Wacken Open Air uns takes place annually in village of Wacken, which has population of about 2,000 people that are extremely pissed off by the time those people leave. Really quickly into this, I wanted to just read a bit about this. Here's the fantastic FRÉDÉRIC, and I'm not going to say his name, his last name, LECLERCQ, from Creator, and he talks about his years with Dragon Force, and he said, I was not happy. And I just wanted to briefly touch on this because isn't Dragon Force like the most happy band in the world? They got those flutter. You got Herman Lee, and they're jumping around on stage, and they're smiling. And they look like they're having a damn good time. And this fella right here, he's part of Creator, so he's a fantastic. He's in the right slot, if you don't mind me saying. But how can it not be happy? I need to hear what FRÉDÉRIC has to say about this. In an interview with Chile's Radio Futuro, bassist FRÉDÉRIC reflected on his departure from Dragon Force. LECLERCQ, I'm having a rough one with this name, who became an official member of Dragon Force in 2006, played his last show with the band in August of 2019 in Hamburg, Germany. FRÉDÉRIC said, as transcribed by Blubbermouth, I left Dragon Force to join Creator. I was happy with the direction Dragon Force was taking. I was not happy, and there was no point in me being unhappy and arguing all the time with him. And I got the offer for Creator, and it was like, this is perfect. I must have a good star on an angel or a demon or something, because that was right at the time. I was like, okay, the new Dragon Force album is going to come out, and I'm going to go on tour, and I'm going to be very unhappy, but I don't have anything else. And life is life. You need to pay your bills. But then I got a phone call from Miri Petrosa. He's the lead singer, frontman for Creator. And it was like, this is great. Ciao, Dragon Force. Hola, Creator. So there you have that. He's just more of a darker soul. I mean, you want to join one of the greatest thrash, possibly the greatest thrash band in Germany ever? You're doing good there, buddy. Hey, you guys like Extreme? Well, I got a few more than words down here to read, but it looks like Extreme is announced a 6th album and shares a new single. I think I'm going to hold off, not listen to it, and do it on a first listen we do on a Sunday. Unfortunately, it's a week or two out. I can wait 2 weeks to listen to the Extreme, okay, you guys? But I wanted to read a bit about this. There's Gary Cherone, there's Soul Patch, there's, I can't remember his name, and Nuno Bittencourt. Multi-platinum hard rock heroes extremes, Gary Cherone vocal, Nuno Bettencourt. Guys are going to tell us who Soul Patch is and stuff. Pat Badger on bass and Kevin Figueroa on drums have today, March 1st, unveiled the video for Rise, really? Which marks the single from their upcoming album, 6. So would this be their 6th studio record and they're calling it 6? Due out June 9th via Ear Music. They put some good stuff out. Watch the band's undeniable firepower and chemistry in the video, directed by Nuno and filmed in Los Angeles, streaming below. We're not going to watch that now. We'll probably watch it on the channel. But musically, who is this? Is this Gary? Musically, it's aggressive, says Gary, about the new opener, Rise. Lyrically, it's a cautionary tale on the rise and the fall. You get seduced into time. Once you're on top, they'll rip you apart and tear you down. That's the nature of the beast. When Eddie Van Halen passed, it really hit me. Oh, this is Nuno. When Eddie Van Halen passed, it really hit me. I'm not going to be the one who will take the throne, but I felt some responsibility to keep playing guitar playing alive. So you hear a lot of fire on the record. Ooh, he's saying he's laying it down. With the force of Wrecking Ball, extreme swing between unapologetic fits of fret-burning hard rock and intimately introspective balladry on the 12-track 6, which also features such tracks as Other Side of the Rainbow. There's another side of the rainbow, man. Hashtag Rebel. And you got an X Out. For the recording of the Nuno-produced 6, the members buckled down. They buckled down at his home studio in Los Angeles. Once again, they channeled the electrifying eclecticism that defined their seminal output with a 21st century twist. This dynamic affirms the iconic Boston Quartet as one of rock's most unpredictable, undeniable, unbreakable groups whose songs course through the very fabric of popular culture. They're the rare band whose music has appeared in an actual cult series a la Bill and Ted, as well as the Netflix juggernaut Stranger Things. They've sold 10 million records, topped the Billboard Hot 100 at number 1 with More Than Words, right? Packed major venues on multiple continents, memorably performed at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert in London, and, if that wasn't enough, regularly average over 5 million monthly listeners on Spotify. However, their dynamic approach hits harder than ever on this 2023 full-length offering, 6. There you have that, guys. And they're welcome to trim that and use that for their ads if they'd like. Rob Halford. Now, this is the metal god, Rob Halford. And this is Ozzy Osbourne, and you know him. Looking more and more kind of like a hound dog, like a sad hound dog every day, doesn't he? He's got them kind of droopy eyebrows. Like, you ain't gonna give me no damn milk bone. But anywho, I swear I just heard Ozzy say, look, I think at some point I'm going to get back out on the road and I'm going to do some more touring. I'm not dying. And then I see this article where Rob Halford says, Ozzy Osbourne made the right call by canceling the tour. And I wondered if he was saying, if he hadn't got the update. Does that make sense? That Ozzy's going, no, I'm going to get back at it. I'm not dying. I need to do something. I'm going to do it. So I just wanted to confirm. You know, we always got to check in with the metal god and confirm. Judas Priest singer Rob Halford shared his words of support for Ozzy Osbourne following his cancellation of the joint European tour. That's right. Judas Priest, Ozzy were supposed to go out. And wasn't this the second time Judas Priest and Ozzy was supposed to go out on tour to Europe that was canceled? Perhaps it'll be in this article. Let's keep reading. The track, originally set for 2019 and then rescheduled 3 times, was officially scrapped this week because of a spinal injury Osbourne suffered 4 years ago and other health problems. The tour was scheduled to begin in Helsinki, Finland on May 3rd and includes gigs in Nottingham, Newcastle, Glasgow, Manchester, Dublin, Ireland, London, before finishing in Ozzy's original hometown of Birmingham on June 14th. When he canceled his spring tour, Osbourne said in a statement, we read that, not physically capable. In a new interview with Metal Hammer, Halford said about his longtime friend and fellow metal icon,
I can only reinforce what all of Ozzy's fans, including us and Judas Priest, have said to him, which is that he has done so much for all of us in rock and heavy metal. He's done so much for his fans, and we all know how bad he feels about having to cancel the bleeding bloody tour, because he lives for those fans. You can see that every time he goes on stage, he's beaming and connecting with everybody. It was terrible for him to have to make that important. What? It was terrible for him to have to make that important and, to be honest, right decision.
Halford continued.
He made the right call. I don't think he wanted to put himself through a thing where it's like, okay, well, I go, then I'll have to cancel after a couple of shows, even though there's a lot of love for him and a lot of care and understanding. I've seen what the British metal maniacs have been saying, and it's exactly how I feel too. Put your feet up. You've earned it.
Okay. What does he say about the fucking press drives you nuts? Okay. Well, any hoot. So he's agreeing on that, guys. Okay. Another little quick nug, then we're going to get right into your comments. Do you want to see inside of the luxury Motley Crue and Def Leppard charter plane? Because Tom Lee, he took a video of it. Let's take a peek-see. Well, it's got freaking couches in it. Where's Vince Neil? Is he back by the craft service table? He's eating the chicken wings. Where's all the famous people? Oh, that's all the crew. They don't get couches in there. Oh, but they got iPads and everything. They gotta watch TV. Tommy's gonna take you right back to where he's got a big bed. Jesus, they keep getting smaller and smaller. Oh, those are beds? He says, yeah, I'll see you in a minute, honey. What? Freaking Tommy Lee was in the cockpit, which I think is illegal. I'm going to have to look into the FCC regulation on that, but I don't know. The FCC, the FAA, I don't know if that was proper. And you're not supposed to smoke on planes, and he's up there in the cockpit of the plane. But then it's chartered, right? So they can shit in the aisles if they want. Let's get into your comments. Yes, indeed. Oscar, he's up first. Reading my post you read last week, the sassy, shirtless Dave Cumstain with bright white, previously unworn Nike shoes has shooting the video for Hollywood. In fact, all members were shirtless and wearing straight out of the box Air Max 90s. I remember the shoe, the jeans, the look. I mean, but I was always a chunky kid. I didn't look good in that look, They were filming in a Compton warehouse. Marty, Nick, and the two Daves just finished playing a pickup game of basketball with Ice-T, Ice Cube, Vanilla Ice, and Icy Ice? Are you serious? Needless to say, like a mechanic who's come to the first day on the job with all new tools, the Megadeth fellows got their asses kicked in more ways than one. All right. Okay. Was that a real game? Yeah, we got next up here. We got Law DOGGLBC01. No, Law Dog 1 says do Upo Godless. You're going to get a thumb there, my friend, but this is not the place for that. Occasionally they slip through, but anywhere else but here. Thank you. Miss Althea coming in. She's got some stuff. The Dumbstruck Fool says, Steve Vai. Okay, we're talking Steve Vai here. I don't think I have ever heard any ill speak about him. And kudos to him for owning up to the specifics of what occurred with Ozzy. I have no recollection of him in Crossroads. Yes, he was the demonic player that had to play against Ralph Macchio to save his soul. Although I have only seen that movie once, and at least 35 years ago, if not long, and it was at least 35 years ago or longer. You got to go watch it. Yeah, he looks demonic, but it's, Steve Vai's his nemesis, guitar player. Let's see, Striper. Let's see. Oh, wait. Thank you. Okay, Striper and bourbon. 2 words. Medicinal purposes. There you go. Yeah. Great White. She's got Great White here. I have never been a fan, so I have nothing to say about the trash talk between Mark and Jack, as if not exhausting anyway. However, I will offer bonus points for your improv riff on the Eagles' Get Over It. Is that what I did? If that was indeed what you were doing. I can't be sure. I'm trying to rack my brains now. Okay, next little, okay. Okay, Miss Althea still here. Billy Bio Zippity Doodah. To this day, I still don't know. Do not own an iPod or anything other kind of MP3 player. I am one of those old school must have something tangible in hands people when it comes to music. Kind of like how I am not a fan of digital ticketing, which I ranted about in the comments for another recent episode. Yes, I agree with that stuff. If you can collect it and have it, it's great. But I'll tell you what, it is so just go, Beatles White Album. But I understand the tangibility. I had a huge tape collection, and then CDs came. And I was like, I can't do that again. I don't have the money to do that again. Let's see. Billy, let's see. Yeah, okay, we're over that one. Let's see. Alyssa White Goltz. I give huge props to and have utmost respect for anyone who faithfully and successfully maintains the vegan lifestyle. I honestly don't know if I could do it for more than maybe a day. I did have some delicious eggplant parm. I can't do eggplant. For dinner though, along with a glass of bourbon for medicinal purposes. Oh. That's great. Yes, if you can not eat all that delicious prime rib and all that, then good to you. But I can't help it. It goes right in my mouth. What I am trying to do is cut back on portion size. When you get like an 8-ounce steak or something like that, I used to be angry. And then I realized, you're not supposed to just inhale it. You're supposed to chew it up and let the flavors, go. So, still Miss Althea here. Oh, that Ryan Wade. And before we get into this, you just reminded me this. Ryan Wade, Soul Grinding. There was some video, there was a band called Soul Grinder or something like that. You wanted me to do one of their reactions videos to it. I need to get that video downloaded to my computer in order to recreate, do my editing. And for whatever bizarre reason, it's like, nope, not going to happen with this. It just goes, not going to happen. So anyway, sorry, pardon me. Back to Miss Althea now, before I rudely interrupted that. Oh, that Ryan Wade. I am a huge fan of the Cars, R.I.P. Ben Orr and Rick Ocasek. And I never would have thought of any particular musical correlation between them and Def Leppard if he hadn't made it a thing. Ba-da-ba. And then he ups the ante with the jump the shark topic. Everyone needs a shot of bourbon for that. I see your Andrew on Family Ties. Okay, here we go. I'm just making sure I'm not skipping lines here because I'm an idiot. I see your Andrew on Family Ties and raise you Nikki on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't remember that. I don't remember Nikki. Another child character that skipped babyhood and toddlerdom. That's a word right there, right? Toddlerdom. Insult to injury, a new actress was brought in to play his mother. Oh, yeah, switching moms out and not mentioning anything about it in those old sitcoms. Like, what happened to that lady? Insult to injury, a new actress was brought in to play his mother. No thanks to the feud between Janet Hubert, the original Vivian, and Will Smith. Get your one name at them. That's all I can think. Every time I hear it used to be when I heard Will Smith, I go, now this is a story all about how my life turned upside down. And now it's like, Will Smith, keep my wife's name out. Still Miss Althea here. Jesus, I'm really going off the rails. Regarding Charlotte Ray, a.k.a. Miss Garrett, may she rest in peace. Yes, indeed. Were you referring to the point that the character of Miss Garrett actually began on Different Strokes? Yes, indeed. And The Facts of Life was a spinoff. Yes. Or were you thinking of when she's going into the Matrix. Miss Althea's taking us into the Matrix. Or were you thinking of when she still as the character of Mrs. Garrett was on a couple of episodes of the short-lived, ill-fated series Hello, Larry? She was great in Adam Sandler film, You Don't Mess with the Zohan. I never saw that, by the way. Okay, she says she was great in the Adam Sandler film, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, by the way. And does anyone remember her on early years of Sesame Street? No, as Molly the mail lady. Yes, that's a mind blower. Okay, she's got something on Jason Bateman here. Let's get to it. Jason Bateman plus Sandy Duncan equals the Hogan family. And it was originally titled Valerie. I remember it as the Hogan. Was it the Hogans? The Hogan family? Or was that the Hulk Hogans? That was the Hogans. Anyways, am I giving out the hearts and stuff? No, I didn't. Okay, past that. Bang! There you go. BDP 1966. And I'm sorry, my friend, but I'm seeing that little @ sign again. So, Jack is full of shit. I've listened to quite a few interviews with Mark, and he doesn't sit there and rag on him. Poor Jack. All right. So there's a different side to that, Maybe Jack is being a little, little crybaby about it. But why don't they just be nice to each other? How about they try that out for a while? It's been 13 years, for crying out loud. Mike Buchanan coming in here, and he's got the thing, and I know something's up here. Fine, I'll just give myself my own heart. Going to grab a pint of ice cream, sit in a dark room, and listen to Taylor Swift on repeat. That sounds like my Saturday night, but I'm naked. Now that we're talking about Vi, there's a video out there that lets you really hear what Ralph Macchio really plays as his solo from Crossroads during the battle with Steve Vai. It's hilarious. I gotta see that. Still Mike Buchanan here. Michael Sweet said something recently like, we all look like we all raided our mom's makeup drawers back in the day, and I will say that they are still cranking out good music. Stryper will be in town, I believe, in May. Thinking of going. I would. I haven't had the opportunity to see them that I can recollect. I don't remember ever hearing Stryper's coming. So I would love it. I would definitely go. Let me see. And now it's time for your Jive Talkin Jokes of the Week. Guys, would you remind me to give him a ding? Should I give it to him? I'll give it to him now. If the jokes suck, I'll take it away, okay? That's the deal. We'll come up with that deal. Here we go. Did you hear scientists have recently discovered a food that greatly reduces your sex drive? It's called wedding cake. Oh! What do you call your mom's angry French sister? A croissant? Is that what that word is? I got it. I'm going to interject one here right after his jokes are done that I read off of a drive-in sign today. Thieves have stolen 20 crates of Red Bull from my local supermarket. I don't know how these people sleep at night. That's good. You got to give it that delivery, though. See, I goofed the delivery, but here's how you do this. Thieves have stolen crates of Red Bull from my local supermarket. I don't know how they sleep at night. That's the way I do it. A truck loaded with Vicks Vapor Rub overturned on the highway. Amazingly, there was no congestion for 8 hours. Oh. I've got this disease where I can't stop making airport puns. Doc says it's terminal. Let's see. What did one saggy boob say to the other saggy boob? If we don't get the proper support, people will think we're nuts. Oh, that's good. And finally, did you know Albert Einstein had a younger brother named Frank? He was a monster. Frankenstein. Okay, you damn it! I'm giving you you're getting the thumb. Bang, right there, up it goes. All right, 1683 Clifton. Just watch the Cars track. He's talking about that song, right? Just watch that Cars track, and I can concur. Concur. Stolen AF. All right. This guy's see, look at you guys. You guys put in one great big comment. This guy puts in tiny. It's because he's collecting the hearts. That's what he's trying to do. So here's a question you guys can put down there. Should I give him 5 hearts? Or does he get 1 heart for 5 comments? That's something. That's deep. Agreed with Lars. Agreed with the Lars cut. Pot, meat, kettle. Yeah, I know what he's talking about, but platinum white, bro. Yes, the hairstyle. I said it was what, cobalt, platinum blonde, or platinum white, right? All right, there's your another heart. Clifton here. Your Aussie accent was on point, brah. It comes and it goes, really. Laughing every time. How good is it? I'm from Chicago. You're from the Windy City. Laughing every time. How good it is. I'm from Chicago. Does that sound a lot like Chicago? Australia sounds a lot like Chicago. No way, man. Jive Talkin theme songs rule. Ain't been seeing you in the algorithm. Back full force, bro. Oh, really? I wasn't popping up for you or something, huh? I don't know if that bell shit works or not, where you subscribe and you hit the bell and then you get the notifications. But as many videos as I put up a week, I don't know that anyone wants to ring that bell. I'll swing over and take a peek at what he's doing, but for God's sakes, this thing pops off every 5 minutes. All right, so that is it. I'm wishing you all the best. Go out, slay the day, do the thing, and love the life, and be the life of the party, and be quiet, and be calm, and cool, and collected, and be yourself. Let's see. I want to hit the buttons so that goddamn thing doesn't fire off. I'm going to go 633 on that. It's pretty good. And a tone. We want to put a beautiful... They don't really have good guitars, but let's try 26. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's mix it up, baby. Let's mix it up. Jiving down in Jive Town. the door. Jack down, going to your mother's house. Stop at the light.